to 31 Days of Gratitude with Timidale David. In a time of uncertainty and chaos, how best can we respond as a people? We can respond with gratitude, knowing that a grateful heart is a thankful heart, and a thankful heart can overflow with abundance. This is 31 Days of Gratitude with Timidale David. If this is the first time joining us in this conversation, I want to welcome you and thank you so much for giving me this few minutes of your time, knowing that you will be blessed and be touched. And if you not have the time to check out our last few productions in the last 12 days, please do so and be blessed and be encouraged. It's a 31 days of gratitude. It's a 31 days where we looked at a moment of gratitude, expound on it, and move on from it. Just in a bit to encourage us that this is not the end of it all. You can get out of this time much greater and bigger and wonderfuler, if there's something, if there's an English like that. And today, I just want to rush on to our moment of gratitude. And this is from Buddha, and this is what he said. And I quote, "Let us rise up and be thankful. For if we did not learn a lot today, at least we'll learn a little. And if we did not learn a little, at least we did not get sick. And if we got sick, at least we did not die. So let us all be thankful." Let us all be thankful. I know during this crisis, I'm too sure that there's something that has been subtracted from you. Either you lost a loved one, either your hand is depreciated, or it just wiped away, whether your health was affected, and all that. So there's something that might have happened to you during this time. But I want to encourage you. I know the scripture says that while men are saying there's a casting down, I would say that there's a lifting up. So remember the Goshen in Egypt. Despite the Egyptians were experiencing all the plagues, but Goshen was exempted from all these things. The same country, the same city, the same people that goes about their daily life, but there's a certain place in Egypt that did not experience the plague, and that was the presence of God, where God lives, where God dwells. And that's my prayer for you, that despite and in spite of what is happening in our world today, you can be in an atmosphere where all things are possible. Now, both encourage us that yes, that we may have gone through this time, been sick, gone through this time, been depleted of our resources, but what are we learning? So this is a learning tool for tomorrow. Many of us were not at the time, the last pandemic that happened in the world, or many of us were not born during the Great Depression or during the energy crisis in the US in the 1970s. But what can we learn from all this? We read of what happened during the Great Depression. We read what happened during World War I and World War II. We were not there. We just see it. We watch the TV. But now we're experiencing this pandemic that is happening in our world today. What are you learning? What note are you taking that you can learn from it as a people and teach it to your children? And one of the things that I know that it has taught us is to save and invest. Okay, that your place of job is not forever. You can lose your job at any time, and that's one thing that I believe that taught us. There have been a recession in the past, and people that have gone through that recession have learned from it. But some have not learned. Some are still making the same mistake even at this time. But for you, what can you learn from it? Can you learn that your job is not your source? Can you learn that it's time to save? It's time to invest. It's time to put some money down. I don't like to say the rainy day, but for future, building your future. So what are you learning from it? It's also a time to learn that you need your family members. What is more important? I've come to realize that the most important to me is my family, because within this 3 months or the lockdown, whatever we call it in our nations, you have stayed with the people that matters to you: your wife, your husband, your children, your parents. Relationship matters. So it has taught us, to value relationship. So will you value relationship after this time? Will you value your spouse? Will you value your children? Because they are the people you are with. They are the people you are locked in with. They are the people that you have been with during this time. Do you value the presence of God? In the many of times we wake up in the morning, we rush out of our houses because of a job, because of the things, we need, the daily runs of life. But this time has taught us to sit back, pray more, read the Bible more, listen to issues more, learn a topic more. So have you learned that God is the most important thing, not your job, not the runs of life that you go through? So have you learned something after this crisis, after this pandemic? So have you learned? Is it teaching you something? Is it teaching you life history that you can practice yourself and also teach your children? Thank you for taking time to be with me today. See you tomorrow, and remember, we are to occupy till He comes.